Hello, welcome back to BLENDERSUSHI Live Noding. In this episode, I'm gonna do a quick improv on the previously learned notes. It's my new favorite. It's the duplicate objects along edge. So this thing is really cool. I get a lot of ideas already for to do to use this note. Let's just play around with it a little bit. So let's create a fewer draw. Let's create our edges first of all. So vertices and edges coming out from lines, and we know that this is gonna generate lines like that, and then in between the points of the lines we're gonna have our objects. I'm gonna create a plane, 2 by 2 points, and we plug that into duplicate objects along edge, and the output should be our plane. And by default it has this count of 3, 1, 2, 3. I'll just make it to 1. I'm gonna center the plane, and now it's a little bit clearer what it's doing. Let's say scale all axes, increase padding so we can see. Okay, that's our plane, and then our original point. I'll give it a different color. Here we go. That's nice. And what else can we do with this? Let me check. I think we can also use matrix deform somewhere here. If I'm not wrong, we can try using the rotation and try the angle as well. Float and angle. So that's kind of rotating our objects. Twisting can be done if we use the X. So this is like, again, this is also another cool thing we can do with this guy. So if we use range float and start stop, and if this works, it's gonna be so cool that we can actually do some kind of twisting just by this using this guy alone. Let's make like a bunch of this guy and then have a step on and create an integer for the vertices. Now we have our twisting happening. Let's say making this 720. You see what's going on here? This is actually quite powerful, and in fact if you're trying to make like a DNA kind of design, this is I think gonna work really well for you. If I try to scale the plane, maybe in the, oh, maybe not scaling, it's not gonna work. Perhaps scaling in this section here. Maybe in the y-axis. So yeah, that's actually working really well, surprisingly well. So this, indeed, this is one of the nodes in Sverchok that's really powerful. It does a lot just inside it. Because if we try now with our line here, if I try using like noise, vector noise, and let's see if I'm plugging let me improvise a little bit. Fewer draw. Okay, fewer draw. If we plug the line into this guy and the output into this guy, we have this kind of bunch of points. UV connection will give us those connecting line. If we actually reduce the step, we get this kind of nice, like a wiggle kind of a trace line. And that's really powerful because we can also use vector math, I think, right here with a set to multiply scalar, and we can scale it. So we have that variations. If I just connect this guy into our DNA design, we can have, we're basically generating this really cool I don't know what to call it, really abstract, but you know, like with the noise itself, if we reduce it like 0.02 and I'll increase this once again, maybe do more twisting. Oh wow, that's really cool. And increase the number of points, we generate something that's quite unusual, of course. Let's make it a 777 points. And then how many rotations? 720 times 7. Yeah, that's super cool. Let's make it 7. The thing with this also, don't forget that the whole thing is actually still like a data. So if we change this plane with a line and just plug in the line into this guy, I believe we generate we can actually connect the dots of the line itself. That's probably something that I will do next, not this one. So vertices and polygon. Back to our vertices and polygon, and scale axis. Yeah, back to this guy. Hide this. So we have this kind of a structure. It's a bit abstract. I don't know if you're a fan of abstract procedural work, but this is really cool. It's something that you might not think possible, but it's something that you think, okay, that's might be like something like super complex, but it's actually kind of can be done really simply like this. We don't need that. This is, so let me explain it again. So this is we start with a line, and we put the line to go through this noise pattern, and the noise pattern generate the line, which later on each edges of the line being replaced by these objects. And so we have this. If you really want, if you say you want to replace the objects with a different with an actual objects, because currently it's like nearly 880, it's nearly all like 1000 objects data. It's still really fast and interactive. You can see from, if I'm changing the seed here, of course for each of this mesh you can replace it with like something else, like maybe Suzanne or something. Let me try real quick. I'm gonna join the mesh and I'm gonna apply the matrix. Actually bmesh viewer actually can do that built in. So if we turn on merge and just pipe that in and pipe the matrix, you're gonna get a single object representing this plane. And then with that We can really replace it with other objects, like let's try Suzanne. Select Suzanne, select this guy, Control P, parent to object, and then select this guy and turn on Dupli face. See what's going on there? We have Susan head being instanced all over this, like a really kind of complex pattern, and you get this beautiful structure. It's almost like fractal like, and you can still do more, not just not finished right here, but you can also like add like random rotations or something else. Actually, I want to keep, in this case I don't want to do random rotations. I just want to keep it like this because it has certain kind of structure, nice twisting. I think this is really beautiful pattern. I'm just gonna give it like this colorful pattern and gonna do a render. This is pretty much it for this live noding, I guess, but feel free to kind of improvise on this idea yourself. So this is the twisting duplicates edge. The whole thing is so easy and so clear thanks to this duplicate along edge. I don't know, I think even I might even use this single node to design my robot or my insects now. It's so easy, so powerful. I guess thanks again for this node. Whoever Sverchok developer make this node is that's really powerful. This is exactly what I was looking for. This is just like spline modifier and array modifier in Blender. Curve modifier and array modifier together into a single node. Yeah, so thanks again for tuning in. If you have any questions, suggestions, just let me know down below. I'll see you in the next video.